How Morant impressed Kyrie Irving, Grizzlies teammates in thrilling win over Nets. The Grizzlies knew Kyrie Irving was going to take the final shot of regulation for Brooklyn in the Grizzlies' 134-133 overtime win on Sunday. And they knew he was likely going to pump fake before he did. "Coach was just telling us to stay down," Morant said. Morant nearly bit, rising to the tips of his toes as Irving faked a shot. But the Grizzlies rookie avoided what would have been a devastating foul in the final seconds. Then he rose to swat Irving's would-be game winner and force overtime. "Tonight I was just trying to take on the challenge with a great player," Morant said. Morant scored 30 points and dished out 9 assists, including a last-second dump-off to Jay Crowder for the game-winning shot at the overtime buzzer. Of all the highlight reel plays Morant made in his first victory as an NBA player, his block on Irving, a 6-time All-Star, emerged as the best to his teammates. "That was probably my highlight for him of the game along with the points," Crowder said. "He did a good job of scoring and facilitating, but that defensive stop to push it to overtime was huge." Irving led all scorers with 37 points, many of them coming against Morant in the most challenging defensive assignment of his young career. But the 20-year-old Morant grew better as the moments grew bigger. He scored 17 points in 9 minutes during the fourth quarter while leading the Grizzlies back from a 118-110 deficit with 3:20 remaining. His furious rally reached a critical juncture with 12.5 seconds remaining and the Grizzlies trailing by 2 with the basketball. Morant answered by driving and scoring to tie the game. Then, after Brooklyn called a timeout to set up its final play for Irving, Morant stood hunched over with his hands on his knees. He looked exhausted after scoring 8 of the Grizzlies' previous 10 points. One critical assignment remained. With 7 seconds left, Grizzlies coach Taylor Jenkins frantically shouted instructions during a timeout above the noise of FedEx Forum rocking to "Turn down for what?" "I think I almost lost my voice there toward the end," Jenkins said. Morant received the message, the mayhem and exhaustion. He stayed down on the Irving pump fake. "He lives for that," Grizzlies forward Solomon Hill said. "I feel that he probably would have felt disrespected if we'd put anyone else on him." Irving credited Morant, saying, "It was a great defensive play. Even if Irving or a teammate scored on the final possession of regulation and the Nets escaped with a win, the game would still have been the best of Morant's young NBA career. He scored in transition and at the rim in the team's first 2 losses but struggled to find an offensive rhythm in half-court sets. That changed in the first quarter on Sunday when he knocked down a floater and a pull-up jump shot in the first quarter as the Grizzlies jumped to a 35-29 lead. "We go as he goes," Jenkins said. "I think he's starting to see how defenses are going to guard him. He's got to be full throttle early on." Morant went quiet in the third quarter as the Nets outscored Memphis 40-33 to take a 5-point lead into the final quarter. Then he exploded and left his mark on one of the game's greats as he did. "He's pretty great at what he's known for, getting in the paint and playing with a lot of passion," Irving said. "I think he showed that tonight.